How can I get rid of insistent men? Yesterday I was walking back home from uni and some guy tried to approach me. At first he complimented my shoes, then my general appearance. And when I told him up front I wasn't going to give him my number, he went defensive and promised he wasn't going to ask me. I dubiously hummed and went to leave. But then he followed me and started a 10-minute long monologue about his life, his personal problems, his fiancée whom he was trying to leave, but it was complicated. Really, he just dumped his whole life story onto my lap. He kept saying he wasn't hitting up on me and maybe we could be friends. But while he was talking he kept trying to invite me for coffee or give me a ride in his car. I shot him down every time. And as he talked I stayed as placid as possible, giving my best impression of a microwave mmmmh. But he just kept talking and, more importantly, kept following me as I was walking home. And I did not want him to know where I lived. I got out of the situation by texting a code word to a friend. It's a word that we specifically have for when we have to call the other immediately to get her out of situations like these. The guy still walked behind me as I was on the phone. So I faked an emergency that required me to go to my friend's place and was finally able to get rid of him. Overall I know it turned out fine, but the encounter definitely left me annoyed and tense, put a damper on my day, and I wish I was able to get rid of the dude before he held my leg for 15 minutes. So I was wondering if any of you knew some techniques to get rid of men who can't take no for an answer. I've tried looking it up on Google, but, ironically enough, when I search things like how to fend off men hitting on you in the street, I get things like how to hit on a girl in the street. Haha. Screech like a pterodactyl. They wanna play ignore social norms, let's play. In the most exasperated loud tone, oh my God. I don't care. I don't care about you. Go away. Leave me the fuck alone. Go. Every time he starts to speak, yell and point, go. Stop walking towards your house. Change directions and walk to someplace people and or cameras will be. A shop or a gas station or whatever. Even if it means doubling back. When I lived in an area where men followed me more often, I carried half a brick in my bag. As a last resort, men may not to notice your disinterest or discomfort, but they notice when you pull a brick out of your purse. They think you're insane and dangerous and they back the fuck up. The shitty thing is how they play around with plausible deniability. I'm not hitting on you. I'm doing anything else, so they have an excuse to keep hitting on you and also to make you feel bad for assuming their intentions even though they intentionally make their intent unclear. It's so fucking manipulative and makes the situation so much worse for everyone. Have you read The Gift of Fear? If you're in a public place and there are other people around, go to a woman. Explain what's happening and ask if you can sit with them until he goes. Also, yelling no and stop is good. Or just screaming as loud as you can. Make a scene. Your safety is more important than what people think. Just start screaming. It may feel extreme, but being harassed is not something to be chill about. Pick your nose. Drool. Laugh like a madwoman. Snort. Cough. Burp. Fart if you can do that. Just be gross and weird. Men only like nice, pretty, good girls. I'm not your mother or psychiatrist. I do not care about your problems. Go away. Say this loudly and repeatedly in a public setting. I'll often just say I don't want to talk to you. Please go away. And I just repeat myself over and over until they do. I try not to sound too annoyed or aggressive. Just matter of fact. Not judging, but don't start off by saying I am not going to give you my number. Start off by saying, leave me alone please. Then by saying, seriously, go away. Then by saying go away or I am calling 911. You don't need to manufacture an excuse to not interact with someone. Start filming them for Insta. So this guy is following me home and won't leave me alone. A weird idea is to talk like a cop and dress the dude down. Please go away and leave me alone. I'm not interested. And you're being very creepy. Go away. And look up the address for the nearest police station or call an Uber to take you there. You shouldn't have to. Treat it like you are a little kid being followed by a creepy stranger offering candy. Find the first safe place to duck into. Tell the clerk or receptionist that this dude is following you and won't leave you alone. If they follow you and call someone for help or ask the person in charge of that public place to do so. Get a friend to come pick you up. Call security. If you feel safe enough on the street or in a safer public place. Get the FK away from me or I will call the cops is usually enough to get most to leave you alone. I once saw a convicted rapist interviewed. They asked him what a woman could do to avoid being targeted. He said, do something gross. Especially like picking your nose. So, if a guy is following you like this, start mining your nose for bogeys. Maybe show him one and ask his opinion. I've found that some men can be obnoxiously blind to social clues and that sometimes you have to be really blunt. I'm not interested, I have a boyfriend. I just want to be left alone. Bye. And walk away. Thankfully it is exceptionally rare for it to carry on past that. If it does, break out your loud disappointed mum voice. What part of NO did you not understand? You can just say, I do not want to talk to anyone. Please leave me alone. Then if he persists, scream fire, people look for a fire. Assuming he was another student. Just don't protect his feelings. If you're somewhere public and safe like on campus, just be rude. I'm not interested. Get a clue. Stop following me. For every but that comes up, reply with I don't give a shit. I don't know you and you're not taking no for an answer. I don't owe you anything. Fuck off. Kid is gonna have to learn what he's doing isn't socially acceptable at some point in his life, so give him the cold harsh reality. He'll adapt and learn from it. Predators always start with compliments. They think women magically respond to them. Then they don't. It's the woman's fault. If they try to play the good guy, the first was just giving you a compliment, which is as transparent as a dick pic. Just pretend you don't hear. Don't finch. Don't resound. Keep walking. They are looking for engagement. Positive or negative. If they touch you, scream rape. They are one step away from it anyway, as they don't take no for an answer. Being a gold digger is the worst thing a woman can be besides fat or old. YMMV. Actually asking, can we pepper spray people that are harassing us? My go-to method is immediately go to a shop, cafe, bank, etc. There are cameras there and sometimes even guards. There you can say to him loud and clearly, go away. I'm not interested. If he insists, take your phone and say that you will film him. If you're in a busy area, start yelling stuff like leave me alone you perv or I don't know you. Stop following me. Public humiliation is a very successful tactic. Tell them you are gay, pregnant or asexual. I truly think those are the only things that may give men pause. The fact that I put tell him you're gay is because I am gay and it worked a few times in the past. Only when they were cool guys though. Most of them see it as a challenge to turn you. But the pregnancy would be my second retort for sure.